Just been on laying down next to it. Well, only down the east side of the south last year.
Yeah.
We got to about. Fifth or sixth, now be about 12, 13,000. This wall of people came. I mean, it's a wall of people. The next thing you know, somebody popped through his car and took all of the dirty wire down. Oh my God. All the wires. They knew that they knew that they would stop the car. See how to build ice cream.
Did you see all the students bundling into the stadium?
Yeah.
Looked over the like just right through the gates.
Yeah.
There's not anybody.
Yeah. So I think it is. Oh.
It is official. It is official. Yeah, it was locked.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Well, the channel 10 or whatever, there was a security person on the inside that like, what are they gonna, they said it at first, the security was like, trying to keep them in there, like just. Yeah. Why get the bad security around the goalposts just to.
Yeah, at that point, I probably would just unlock it.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah,
it.
right. Yeah, I sort of, they sort of planted the flag and the. Yeah, they were playing around. It was something like, they like went all around here, like, think. Yeah, no, they were trying to keep out, we were all there. We were stupid.
I thought Mirror Lake was gone.
No, we refined it.
Oh, yeah. Does it still have water?
We drain it before. Yeah. We drain it for two, one week, so people don't drink it, but two is, just to make sure everything's maintained and. But if there's water in it now, it's all frozen over.
Yes. You really have.
Did you guys do Mirror Lake? You read it? Okay. Yeah. And it got completely redone. Yeah. Lush, nicer now. Yeah. So that's another fun night.
No, you guys, well, what is it you do that?
I'm the university landscape architect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the, direct, you work for the university?
Yeah.
That's cool. That keeps you busy, it's a lot of like.
A lot of grass. I mean, luckily I don't, yeah, well, I'm halfway into that, maybe most of it's bigger planning, planning kind of stuff.
Okay, stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I have to know what's going on with general maintenance and landscaping and grounds, but it's not my direct responsibility.
Yeah, see. Always need. But.
Two cases today? Yeah. See.
Good.
It's the.
Layman? Were you in that?
No, yeah. Just in spirit.
Yes.
My only job.
Recruiting.
Yeah.
Have you, the show then?
No. Right?
Yeah, you can see it. Water pizza. So, first, so, wow. Bruce's. Yeah. It's on the same time, I can't shit had. First time doing insurance. Yeah. So I have a list, so I had a list of all the original, people kind of did that, and then it's a bunch of stuff, but at that time we were talking about song. This. Old table. It's part of the whole garden. Oh my God. Oh, about that. Was it? They're different. It would take up the. Oh, yeah. I remember. All. Kids are always talking. You need to say it's. Yeah. No. Yeah, all that same. The trophy stuff. Well, that's the old one. That's how to do it. Sure. No, that's exactly the same. Yeah. You know, that lives out of Cuba. There. Where are you? Well, that's what you're showing. Well. That's. And then they want to talk about like arms. Helping to the base and running for the trophy. Maybe just to get like for your guy, they go back to so they just stand kind of so good. You know, each player there's like or something that I would have done. And they have done this security guy. Some guy been it with the first shorted with it. Never outside of so everybody on the team gets to have right. Why do that? It's 720 and I gets to the note. I had 300. They did. Like in hindsight, I would say that. Yes. Got from chaperone. I brought it back yesterday. Yeah, it's like the airports were entertaining. Yeah. So I think we'll that. Oh, really? But yeah, it's snow in the south. Day forward. They got it up on the day. So if they maybe update all that stuff. Right, that's like interesting. Guys, chaperone. Did all that steel, all that big block, seal it, stuff, but your wife's being done. Who did it? Well, go sometime, let me know. It's good.
Full, yeah, proud today, look at that, somebody take a picture.
I'm putting you over under 8 members.
Don't let me down. I'll bet now.
What the numbers are? I gotta know. What's the number? What numbers I need? What is your idea?
The last time we had like.
Yeah.
I know.
Well. But they have like 47 on the end of it, so it's the data higher. I'm looking, I gotta look at the sign-in sheet. Oh, so I didn't have. What are the
I don't know.
I bet. And what is it? There's probably some chance me it.
Where does this,
Yeah, there it is.
Is it like an employee number? Tony probably doesn't know.
She's not gonna be here.
No, Tony?
Oh, she's.
What do you got? Your number. Maybe this will respond to it like this.
You know, like, so post like that, you know, they have a downstairs.
Yeah. I don't know. Tony's on one.
Second address. You know, it's the next guy.
So.
Yeah, oh, Aaron, that, you know. Maybe it is like the,
Jamie, what are we, so we're just taking like,
Yeah, it's streaming and recording. We tested it.
yeah.
okay,
Should have emergency method.
are we ready? Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Tony?
You're not ready.
Okay, we will bring the month of January, graphics commission meeting into session. Mr. Freeze, do you have any preliminary matters?
No, we don't.
Okay, I'll pass it over to our city attorney to, swear in all of our.
Yes, I'm assuming both of you are going to provide testimony today?
Yes.
If so, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm that all the information you provide will be true to the best of your belief and or knowledge of society. Sorry, didn't mean to exclude you guys. So, you know the drill.
Okay, we can go ahead and call our first case. Application number GC 24-043, 4015 South Hamilton Road. Just tell me, Mr. Trimmer, your case.
4015 Southampton Road is located on the west side of Southampton Road, approximately 350 feet south of Professional Park. The site is being developed with an eating and drinking establishment. Surrounding uses are a medical facility to the east, an eating and drinking establishment to the north, State Route 33 to the south, and an office building to the west. The applicant proposes to construct an eating and drinking establishment. A special permit and variances are being requested to increase the height of a pole sign intended to be visible from State Route 33 from 35 feet to 85 feet, and to increase the allowable graphic area on the northern elevation from 16 square feet to 58.75 square feet. Planning does not support this proposal as presented. C2P2 policies state that monument style signs are recommended and should not be taller than 6 feet in suburban areas, and that excessively large signs are discouraged. The wall signs are appropriate size and scale in relation to the building and therefore supported by planning. However, because guidelines discourage pole signs and excessively large signs, the requested pole sign height variance is considered excessive and thus not supported. Staff would consider support for a freestanding signs that are otherwise consistent with C2P2 guidelines. Division of Traffic Management has no comments, and the Greater Southeast Area Commission recommends approval with a vote of 4-0. Staff recommends approval of the variance to section 3377.24D to increase the allowable graphic area on the elevation that does not have a public entrance, and the special permit to allow a ground sign exceeding 35 feet in height. Staff recommends disapproval of the variances to increase the height of the ground sign to 85 feet. The proposed height is inconsistent with the surrounding area, where the tallest existing sign is 60 feet. Allowing an 85-foot sign significantly exceeds this standard and would set an unnecessary precedent.
Hi,
Can you please state your name for the record
Tracy Deal, TRACEY
and present your case, please?
We concur with staff's report regarding the wall sign in 3377.24D. That sign is a north elevation sign which faces 317 and Elodie Lane, and the entryway coming off of 317. So that north wall elevation sign is proposed to be 58.75 square feet, where only 16 square feet is allowed. And the reason being predominantly because they're trying to keep the signs throughout the building elevations consistent in size and make sure that they are legible. the Chick-fil-A letter set, as you can see, is a script letter set, and the legibility is solely dependent upon increasing that square footage. If you put a 16 square foot sign on that elevation, the Chick-fil-A wouldn't be legible, it wouldn't be readable, it'd be ineffective. That elevation might not house a public entrance for the general public, but it does house an entrance, service entrance, which is used by delivery trucks and emergency personnel. So it is an entrance that is there and accessible, but not accessible to the general public. It does face the drive-through lane as it's coming off of the drive-through, and it also faces that drive-up entry point. So that is the first, that's the variance. The 85-foot pole sign that they have proposed is actually 22 feet below road grade. So the 85 feet in height would actually only put the sign at 63 feet in height when you're looking at it from 317. And that sign is designed to be visible to people that are coming off of 33 onto Hamilton Road and coming off the overpass. So when you look at the, I don't know if staff has the illustration, but when you look at this illustration, you can see that the road grade is here and the base of the sign would be here. And so there's a 22-foot height difference. The site actually sits below road grade. The idea is to make that sign, here's an alternative view as well. The idea is to make that sign legible from Hamilton Road and from 33. So it's in essence, when you're measuring it from road grade, where it's positioned, it would be only 63 feet above grade. The purpose of that sign is to capture impulse-driven traffic along 33. I actually live one exit away from this. So I'm very familiar with the area. This would be the area if I was to go to Chick-fil-A that I would go to. And there is an existing sign that is for a Holiday Inn Express, which is elevated and visible and cluttered by tree growth, but it is still there. So there is an existing, and then of course, we're all familiar, if anybody's ever been down 33, they're familiar with the Reichart sign, which is 58 feet tall. And then there's this Holiday Inn Express sign, which we don't know exactly how tall it is, but we estimate that it's possibly 70 feet tall. You have 60 feet. So the Holiday Inn Express sign is, as staff has said, 60 feet tall. So the variance that we're seeking is consistent with the other signs when you're measuring it from road grade, because the other signs are 58 feet at road grade and 60 feet at grade. And so there are other tall signs there. The purpose of the sign is for people to be able to identify Chick-fil-A when coming from directions where a monument sign is not going to be visible. The building signs are not going to be visible and legible. And this property does abut the entrance and exit ramp to 33. So their intention is to make sure that they are legible, just like these other businesses that abut 33. I am happy to answer any questions that you might have. If I'm capable, I'll do my best.
The dimensions we have on the screen right now are not based on road grade, right? Those are not.
This is from their permit
Okay,
application.
so those are the actual lines and something.
Yeah, yeah. And she's speaking of the road grade of Hamilton Road, I believe,
Yes.
and then the road grade of 33 would still be,
Hamilton Road at the overpass where it passes over 33.
which is elevated above 33.
That's it. It's presumably the Holiday Inn is in a similar situation as this site.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, just off the cuff, I'm thinking with staff recommendation, because it's 60 feet tends to be
like that would work. So the first 22 feet is hidden because of the elevations in the roadway. And then if the sign's 15 by 15,
Mhm,
and then the 22 is hidden, you go another 23 feet up,
mhm.
plus 15, you're at 60-foot top. It would seem to me like that would be plenty visible. And I think, I don't know if you know for sure if the Holiday Inn is 60 or. Yeah.
And also, if you look at 3377.16, they say, ground sign with a greater height not to exceed 75 feet, so essentially they can go up to 75 feet. All right. Yeah, so,
Is the variance for to be over 75?
Over 35.
well, yeah, you have to get a special permit to get a, sign over 35 that's facing a highway, basically. And in that code section, it says it shouldn't exceed 75 feet.
75.
Yeah,
So are we here for the special permit or the variance to be 85?
we're here, both.
Both, okay.
My personal belief is I kind of lean towards the 60 foot is the maximum height and size of the sign. I think is appropriate. I think go along with staff right now, unless there's some other convincing argument that needs to be.
I don't understand how you're trying to, this below grade argument and all the other sides of the thing. Visibility issue, so I don't really see how that's relevant. You compare, you're comparing apples to oranges.
The ability to see the sign is going to be hindered for the traffic coming to Columbus because it's on basically the west side of Hamilton Road.
Mhm.
Are there not other signs on the east side of Hamilton Road that are high rise? Or they're all on the west side? The Holiday Inn and Rikers.
The Holiday Inn is actually on the east side. The Holiday Inn is on the east side.
But they have the opposite problem for visibility over top of 33
Mhm.
for it would be eastbound traffic, where this one will have a little bit of look over 33 for westbound traffic.
Yes.
But I gotta agree with Mike and maybe Chairman that if it matches the Holiday Inn, they both have the same issue. I think 85 is a little excessive. Again, my opinion.
Will the sign have this changeable copy on it? Because I didn't see it.
No, there's no changeable copy on this sign.
Because it's in the application.
That might be the first the ground sign along Hamilton Road that's lower position for traffic along Hamilton Road.
It's,
That's the.
gotcha.
Yes, and that side is code compliant. Yes.
Not in the C2P2, it's in the southeast. Period.
How did the C2P2 come into play on high roads?
Did it?
It was mentioned.
They don't like anything. So they just say that they don't want signs exceeding 60.
Well, if an area plan doesn't address signage, they defer to.
We don't think about C2P. I would question this now. But Hampton Road sign. It's over 6 feet.
Well, I mean, planning didn't address it, then they don't have an issue. And if it's code compliant, don't say anything.
So I did address all of your feedback with Chick-fil-A prior to coming here. And I asked them if they wanted to propose a sign in order to obtain a special permit that was equal in height to Reichart. And they said only if it was the board's recommendation. So I had to stick with my submittal and present what they've asked me to present. But if it was the board's recommendation that they were willing to approve a special permit for a sign that exceeded 35 feet in height and is under 60 feet in height, then they would be agreeable to that approval. They would be agreeable to that condition, if that's what the commission felt was appropriate.
And 60.
Because it would still need a special permit. We would still have to be here, even if the height was amended.
What's staff think?
Yeah. Is that okay? Just do this with a condition that that sign can go higher than 60 feet?
Well, just strike that site variance. Yeah. And you're fine. Because it's beyond, because they're gonna be started.
Which one?
Because then it wouldn't be a variance for the height. It would be just a special permit for the height.
3377.16B, if we strike that, and then vote on the special permit and the wall sign.
So you said strike B.
So in other words, you're agreeing to amend your application to not request variance to 3377.16B.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So we don't need any conditions then. Okay, can I have a motion to approve the findings of fact?
I'll make a motion to approve finding of fact, stated by staff.
I'll say,
Mr. Cavalaris,
yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Hoy,
Yes.
Ms. Augustine, Mr. Rumbaugh,
Yes.
Mr. Moore,
Yes.
Chair Cooperman.
Yes, and we can have a motion to approve the application as amended by removing the variance request for 3377.16B.
I'll make a motion to approve application GC Plan Board 043. Amended to exclude.
Say that's what I just said.
That's you.
Okay, do I have a second?
Okay.
Okay, we can go ahead and vote.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Hoy,
Yes.
Ms. Augustine,
Yes.
Mr. Rumbaugh,
Yeah.
Mr. Moore,
Yes.
Mr. Cavalaris,
Yes.
Chair Cooperman.
Yes, application is approved as amended.
As amended, meaning up to 60 feet in height at the existing square footage. Thank you. Thank you all very much.
See how many things we could play. Can we have, call the next case, application number GC 24-042, 1866 Summit Street.
Hello.
Mr. Freeze, your case.
Yes, 1866 Summit Street is located on the southeast corner of Summit Street and East 17th Avenue. Site is on C4 commercial and is located within the jurisdiction of the University Area Commission. The 0.4 acre site is built with a 3,724 foot fuel station and convenience store. Surrounding uses include a laundromat to the south, a multi-unit residential to the north, east, and west. The applicant proposes to convert the existing static pricing tenant panel to automatic changeable copy, request variance to the graphics requirements of the University District zoning overlay guidelines, which prohibit automatic changeable copy within the neighborhood commercial sub area. Planning is not supportive of the proposal as presented and note a certificate of appropriateness is required for the University Impact District Review Board. The University District Plan states that automatic changeable copy signs are not supported and prohibited. The design proposal is not consistent with the recommendation and thus not supported. Staff would consider support for automatic changeable copy as part of a graphics package otherwise consistent with plan guidelines. Staff also noted the site is within the boundaries of the University Impact District Review Board and subject to the recommendation of variances and COA on design. Division of Traffic Management has no comments. University Area Commission recommends approval. City staff is recommending approval overall. With the conditions, staff has consistently recommended conditional approval to request for the conversion of static automatic changeable copy fuel pricing sign when appropriate. However, as the proposal is inconsistent with the University District Plan guidelines, staff requests the following condition: that the applicant convert the base of the sign to a monument style, and that automatic changeable copy will be limited to 110 panel as depicted on the elevation and will be for fuel pricing. Fair.
Hi, can you please state your name?
Hi.
for the Record and confirm you've been sworn.
Lori Williams, and yes, I have been sworn in.
Please present your case.
Okay, so I am working with Shell on refacing their street sign. It is time for an image upgrade for them. They are requesting we get a changeable copy for that panel there. It's 18-inch illuminated digits. The sign is currently illuminated at the Shell and the subway panels. And specifically asking for a variance to allow for real-time gas pricing. Of course, days like today, you don't want to be out there with a suction cup trying to change those prices. And that's pretty much all they've asked me to tell you guys.
Is everything else going to be changed on?
So every panel should be refaced. There was a before and after somewhere. I thought, they are like for like panels on everything. Probably wouldn't even notice a change at all if you were driving by, to be quite honest. But during the reface of that sign, they're asking us to change that static to the changeable copy LED. One color technology in red.
Understand, sworn. Looks the same, except it will be in like digital.
Yes.
Same sizes.
Same size. The structure remain the same. We're not adding any structural, electrical, any mechanical changes. Literally just a reface on each cabinet base. Just putting an LED panel on that price size right there to display 18-inch letters in red.
Can you, like, do you have that picture here that's in black and white?
I've got-
That could show up.
There's a before up here. I'm sorry, it's so small. And there's an after.
Yeah, mate. Like, I can't. Existing sign.
Yeah, there's an existing, I might have another copy in here that looks better. I may. Here you go. There's the after also, and just a single sign.
This is we took this. This is the same stuff.
So that's the proposed. So any of the other panels,
Yeah, so. So then as depicted, it's not depicted with the conditions applied.
Correct.
Are you okay? Have you discussed with city staff the conditions they recommended, and are you?
about the monument sign?
Yeah.
I have not.
Base, right, adding a base.
Like what in the BP we did on those, right, fill in the bottom.
Yeah.
So would you want the overall height to be changed? Because monument to me is like 6 foot, 8 foot, 10
I
foot.
think all they're recommending, and Jamie, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is just, instead of making it look like a pole, actually make it look like it's a solid base underneath that.
Exactly, solid.
It's not impacting the sign.
Put a solid pole cut.
Okay.
Yeah. Physically, it's the same sign, and you
Okay.
have your fabricator fabricate some sort of solid base. It doesn't have to be masonry or anything like that. Just-
Right. We could always match the fascia, or I'm sorry, the building with some kind of fascia, or we could skirt it somehow. My only concern is that, I don't know if you guys have thought about this, but in the past, when I've done projects like these, anyone entering or exiting that roadway might there's a reason it's that high, so you can see any traffic. It might be a block of some kind. It might cause a safety issue at some point. You know, I can't say it wouldn't, but it might. So, if we were to do that, I wouldn't want you to come back and be upset that
It's true.
that's my only issue with that.
We discussed that at the fact.
Yeah.
There's no issue with vision clearance. The one thing I want to caution you on is just agreeing, if you do agree to the condition to make it monument, is to wait till you go through the architectural review
Mhm.
of university impact, see what they say. They may have design elements they'll want to incorporate. We're just asking it to be monument, so
Okay.
keeping it kind of open.
But you know that we're gonna prove it with the base. You have to get the.
I understand that. We'll be happy to comply with whatever you guys want. As long as we get the changeable copy, we'll be I'll let Shell know that's what we're gonna do, and that's what we'll do.
Let's back up for a sec. So you have a University Area Commission approval, recommendation of approval, but you're still waiting on just the district. What's the other?
The University Impact District Review Board
And they typically wait until an applicant gets approval from the draft commission before they make their architectural.
I'm not familiar with the impact district review board.
It's only in certain areas of,
I can't remember that one.
it's,
Yeah,
Interesting.
and it's like, which one do you do first, the
they prefer that they come here first. Because if you guys weren't even gonna approve the variance,
variance, there's something, those are fine.
Right.
We're not here to talk about design.
Right.
We approve with the aspects of it, and then she has to go to the university's house to get the design approved.
Let's say I'm looking at the vision triangle possibility. Of course, driving in, it's a one-way, it's one way south that way, and you turn left, so it seemed to me like you'd be able to see who is possibly there. If you're exiting from that, you'll be driving forward enough to see
Mhm.
the traffic. So maybe, I mean, that's something, yeah, that's what I mean.
I've just quite not seen a design like that or an idea like that before. Um,
No comments.
so the other condition would have been, we go to, we're displaying one company, or,
No.
I'm sorry, what was the,
If you find that time, then you have a design. In other words, only one of the panels can be changeable copy.
okay, yes, that's fine. Okay, I understand.
One more question, Jamie. Is it assumed and do they have to assure that they follow the lighting, the light intensity
Mhm.
guidelines under the code?
yeah, I mean,
That's.
yeah, if they didn't want to, they'd have to vary.
Yeah, so they'll be under the same.
Yeah.
Pricing signs are under the same as the regular EMC.
As I mentioned, yes, they are.
You have to look for them.
Yeah, we typically use like 500 nits at night, 1,000 during the day.
Well, they didn't do that.
It's-
They have
Oh, they've got luminance. Okay,
like,
okay,
code and all.
all right. Okay,
So then you're okay with the recommendations?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, whatever recommendations, I'll bring it to Shell. If they don't approve, then we'll move on.
Okay. Can I have a motion to adopt finding of fact?
Motion to adopt finding of facts as listed out after.
Now second?
Second.
Mr. Hoy,
Yes.
Ms. Augustine? Mr. Rumball?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Cavalaris?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Chair Cooperman?
Yes, and you want to have a motion to approve application, with conditions added.
I'll make a motion to approve application GC 24 with the recommended conditions.
Ms. Augustine? Mr. Rumball?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Cavalaris?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Hoy?
Yes.
Chair Cooperman?
Yes, and your application is approved.
Thank you, guys.
You want me to,
Is in.
or
I have time.
Absolutely.
move it back? No? Good?
I don't need,
No. Just, you can actually, some of these are. Is they track over it, right? Like, oh yeah, already did, exactly.